By now, a lot of you already have beautiful plants and flowers on your deck or patio. But the thing that I'm concerned about is, are you giving them enough care to last through the summer and even longer? I'm with Debbie Hatcher here at Hatcher's Greenhouse. One of the things that people say is that when you buy a pot, you know, the size of that pot really matters, especially for root growth.
Yes, it does, especially hanging baskets. You know, most of the plants in the hanging baskets are vigorous growers, so they're going to produce more roots, so they need a bigger pot, which in long term or whatever, they're easier to maintain. The smaller the pot, the harder it is to maintain.
And watering is a big difference too. You know, you don't have to water as often?
Correct. Because you have a bigger root base. Because, you know, once that plant starts growing, all the roots just suck that pot up. And then if you have this small little dinky pot, you're going to have to water it 5 times a day.
Most plants on your deck or patio need fertilized quite often, but some more than other ones, right?
Yes, especially petunias, which are your #1 hanging baskets. They're a vigorous grower, so they need lots of fertilizer. Then you go to like a New Guinea impatient or a regular impatient, they don't need as much fertilizer. You know, they'll grow just simply almost by just watering.
Now, should we be fertilizing these every 3rd day, every 2nd day? And then I'm going to ask you, what with?
Hanging baskets, when you water, if you want like a pretty lush, nice hanging basket to get that color and bloom, you need to fertilize it 1, 2, 3, then clear water. Because what's happening, when it's hot and sunny, you're putting that water to it and then you're losing all the food. So you need to keep that food in it at least 3 waterings, and then on like the 4th watering, go ahead and do a clear water.
Do you have any preference about types of fertilizer?
Well, for petunias, there's like a petunia special. You could either get Jack's or Peter's, you know, even Miracle Grow, but we recommend Peter's or Jack's Special for petunias. And then you can also, here's another little tip, you can go ahead and put like a little bit of Osmocote in for those that are a little bit lazy, that aren't very good about fertilizing all the time. So that'll be like a little safe thing for them. Oh, here's one more thing. Don't take it and bam, throw it on your plants, because they'll burn your leaves. People are real bad about just taking stuff and just tossing it in there. Well, if it lands on that foliage, it's going to burn it up. So they need to take the time, lift it up, and then sprinkle it in. Okay, don't get it on your foliage. And then you also have to watch, if you buy soil that's got a fertilizer in it already, that's just the starter fertilizer. So don't, oh, well, I bought a bag of soil and it's got that fertilizer in it, I don't need to fertilize. Don't do that. You still need to fertilize, okay?
When it gets hot outside and we get sweaty, we can always come in for a cool drink and rest. But Debbie, plants outside don't have that luxury. But my question is, how do you know if they need water?
Well, let's put you to a test.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so tell me, you don't have to tell me what the plant is. What is it doing? You're going to tell me, describe it.
Certainly it's wilting.
Okay, and what else?
Certainly it's wilting.
Is it light or is it heavy?
It's light, and the leaves are not really nice and green.
Correct. It looks like it's going to puke, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's like sick. So that right there is kind of telling you, hey, I'm thirsty, I need some water, okay? It's light, it's wilting, and the color is it's lightening. Okay, now look at this one. Feel this.
Oh, big difference.
And what else?
Big difference. And look how green the leaves are, and the pot is twice as heavy as the other one.
Right there, you look at it and you can tell by looking at it, I don't need to water that. Now, maybe by the end of the day, this soil's going to get a little bit dry and the pot's going to get a little bit lighter, so you can go ahead and hit it. But you do not want to water something if it's moist and already wet, okay? Because you can do more damage overwatering than underwatering.
Good point. Debbie, my producer, always tells me when I need a haircut, and it's quite often, but you know, plants don't have that luxury or voice in that decision.
No, they don't, and they need a little help every once in a while. Okay, like we need to go through here and cut these back.
You're going to have to do all these here either the next day or...
Right. Well, what I'm doing a third, a third, and a third. Yeah. Because some people want them tall, but...
So where's
I'm going, you know, what's going to happen, wherever you cut it, it's going to break, and it's going to have 2 bracts coming off of it, so it's going to branch out here. Well, I don't want a plant that's going to be tall and skinny and then 2 big forks. So I would want to cut it right. I'm going to cut it back pretty good. I got to watch. This is really sharp. Okay, and I'm going to cut it right there. And then, okay, it looks kind of naked, but within a week, what happened to that one plant?
Right here?
You know, it'll fill in no time, okay? And then you'll get a nice, stocky, bushy plant. So don't, and that goes for anything. You know, you got geraniums, petunias.
Now, petunias really need a haircut.
Yeah, you
because
just
most
go-
of the time when they cascade, you
Right,
know,
you
and
can
they're
just-
not full.
Right, you could just go through and just cut them. You know, just take scissors, like your hair.
Now, it's going to do the same thing. When you cut around it, you're going to get more shoots coming up in the
Correct.
center of
And
it,
that'll
and you're
just
going to have
make
more
it full.
flower.
And especially in July when everything looks kind of crappy. I mean, the hanging baskets about July are kind of fizzled out. Sort of like, you know, you go so long, we all need haircuts.
Yeah.
So about July, just go ahead and cut it back pretty hard.
Let me
and it's not gonna hurt
have
it, but
my
I'm not
sharp
gonna- I
knife
better
back
put that,
again.
all right.
And don't forget, you know, most of the lawn and garden centers and greenhouses still have a tremendous complement of plants and hanging baskets to choose from. Back to you all.